This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Welcome to TPC Sawgrass, known for one of the most terrifying holes in all of golf, the 17th Island Green. This is Rich Lerner alongside my colleague Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, and we'll be calling all the action for today's event. And for fans, Frank, it's one of the most exciting venues in the sport.
With that finish, 16, 17, and 18, you never really know what you're going to put on your scorecard. The fans know that, and the players.
Gentle opening hole, but still not a gimme three.
No, it isn't, because it's going to test that second shot. A good drive here, you really should be looking at making three. But a poor second shot, especially if you miss the screen on the left, then it's a very tough up and down. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Second shot now for Jonas Blixt. Appears to be what they call a commercial play, very solid. On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Let's see what Hunter Mahan can do with this approach. Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. Wasn't that hard a shot.
Frank, he has to be scratching his head as he reaches for a sand wedge or a gap wedge for his next shot.
Well, you know the FedEx Cup, Rich. I mean, you're meant to get there by 10:30 tomorrow. That thing's still going.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
That's a head scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. Oh boy, Frank, what happened there?
Just in between, Rich. You know, you don't want to come up short. There's no way, you know, you're going to try and be in that situation, but a little too much club and probably a little too anxious too. Tough position.
$18-footer. Well, double par here. Time to pick up and move on. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. How about this second, a par 5?
Well, if you're brave, you try and flash it down that tree line down the left, but there's a couple of limbs that poke out. Every now and again, they catch an errant tee shot.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole.
You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster. Instead, actually a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Frank, through the years, we have seen countless what we would call good ball strikers, great swingers of the golf club, but there is something else that separates those kinds of players with the truly great achievers in the sport. What is it?
Great achievers have more than one plan. I think most players, it's always good if they're playing their golf. But what do you do if your driving is off or if your iron play is off? Do you have a plan B? Great players not only have a plan B, they have a plan C as well. And that's the difference. So when you set foot on the first tee, you've also got to be aware of, what if my driver doesn't go as well as I would like to, or my iron play isn't as sharp? Can I still compete?
So they can turn 74 into a 71.
That's right. And at the end of a 4-day tournament, the 71 doesn't look so bad, even if somebody shot 65 that day. Remember, as you know, and both of us know now, when you look at 4 days, someone always plays average for a day, but they don't play bad.
Golf tournaments aren't 100-yard sprints, they're marathons. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Bit of a struggle early on, 3 over. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Still playing even for the day after the par. So we started with a par 4, then a par 5, and now the 177-yard par 3 third hole. Plenty of hazards here, Frank.
You really break this green up into 3 portions: front left, front right, and that back, just on top of the ridge.
In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. Frank, which way is this headed?
Well, judging by his body English, looks like it's heading a little right. There is a bit of green out there, though.
On the green in regulation. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, whom you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, it was, they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or 2. Aimed the club at that and made sure they followed through. Even par, currently.
Drops it, and he's at even par. Frank, the bunker on the right, I wouldn't call that a pot bunker. That is some kind of a hazard, isn't it?
Yeah, meanders all the way down the right side, but really it's the lesser of 2 evils. I'd rather be in that bunker on the right than the hill on the left. There's something about a well-hit shot.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards.
Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Yeah, about 145 yards left here.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Birdie try up next. Hunter Mahan, second shot.
Hazard.
Maybe wet. So toweled off, dried off, and ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
So this is his fourth shot after the last one found the water.
It's not all over, but right now, too, he's staring down the barrel of a very bad hole.
Well, this one's tracking.
Oh, this is a huge putt. It's in.
And getting ready for the putt. So a drop shot. Frank, how about this par 4 fifth?
I lost count the number of bunkers here, off the tee and sort of in play with the second shot if you're in trouble, or even the one that's sort of left and long. Really good par 4 though. Fairway somehow has to be achieved if you want to reduce this par 4 to just a simple two-shotter.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Headed for the bunker? Not quite what he was hoping for, the tee shot in the bunker. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. You got 5 minutes to find it.
Missed the fairway in the fairway bunker now.
It's not all gloom and doom, though. Lip isn't too high. A good swing here still shouldn't be a problem. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Good looking shot right here.
I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. See if Mahan can make his par. Wow, I thought he made that. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. One under for the round. So they'll tap in. Well, too bad. He gives one back. Frank, what do you think of the sixth? Pretty short par 4.
It is, but you come out of that sort of corridor and fairway opens up and then it narrows up, bunkers to be around. Very, very few people hit driver here.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Setting up for another approach, our featured golfer has continued that excellent play from earlier in the round.
Indeed, there's no better feeling in the world than when you know you're firing on all cylinders. Hitting fairways, second shot's just going straight at the flag. Right now, everything is working.
Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot caught those trees coming into this green.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants a do-over there.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Can't get them all back at once, but does go in the right direction. Now at +4. Our attempt here. Did the job right there. 7th hole here at Sawgrass. Frank, a bit uncomfortable off the tee.
It is. It reminds me a little bit of the opening hole, much longer version, where when you stand on the tee and look at the green, it's a straightaway hole. But that fairway goes to the left, then it comes back to the right. But they're all optical illusions.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Let's see what Hunter Mahan can do with this approach. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
On the way. What a beautiful roll right there. Dead center. Frank, this is a cross-country putt He'll have a go at it, though, for birdie. We'll see.
There's no backing down here. This is going to go up and down and all over the place, but a chance to go in.
Just a couple of feet. -1 for the day. Here we are at the 8th at Pete Dye's famed stadium course at the TPC Sawgrass. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Frank, this is a hole that I really like.
And players do too, Rich, especially off that back tee where it must be about 80 yards of shoot that you go through before the hole actually starts to open up. And this green, 11 bunkers in total around the whole putting surface.
Get down. Lay down.
That was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. Second shot coming out of the rough here. One of the game's rising stars, Jonas Blixt, originally from Sweden, has this for par. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Beautiful roll on that one, right in the bottom. Nudge this one home, finish it up. So with that, the score is now at even par. Frank, I think this is one of the most fascinating holes on the golf course. The 583-yard par 5 ninth hole.
With technology now, a lot more players can reach this par 5 and 2. Gone are the days where it was a true three-shotter, but I remember when Sergio Garcia hit that 3-wood from, what was it, 270, 280 yards? Still one of the best shots I've ever seen.
Good tee shot, right in the short grass.
You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. That one ends up in the rough.
Oh, that went sideways.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Headed for the bunker, I think. In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. Blixt now ready for his third shot. Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards.
Digs into the bunker, getting set to play the third shot.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace, it's hard to be critical of that.
Birdie chance now for Hunter Mahan. Starting to climb back at +2. Has this now for bogey. So our featured player will lose a shot. The question is, has the player lost their way completely? Let's get the back 9 started here at the stadium course at TPC Sawgrass and break down the 10th for us, Frank.
Well, it's similar to the opening hole. The first and 10th give you the same feeling where you feel awkward off the tee shot. Difference to the first hole, you've got to poke your tee shot towards the right side of the fairway here, turning it into a dog leg. And similar thing now, you're going back across the fairway to the green.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Frank, our featured player, a bit wobbly of late. This is an important approach shot.
It is. Time to just hit the brakes, do a little reset. Things aren't completely lost yet. Start to get back to that positive frame of mind.
Early part of this second 9, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. All right, Frank, now the approach here at number 10. What's the right way to play it?
Just avoid that bunker on the right and don't go too long and left. Over the back left is not an easy up and down. Really, this is an awkward length. That looked like it nearly got below the lip, the level of the lip there.
Can't believe that one, Frank. That was a complete horseshoe right there. Not a gimme, but well within his range. He'd settle for par here. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. He'll take par and move on. So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Let's go to the 11th. Now, it's a par 5 and a fun hole, Frank. You can make anything from 3 to 7 here.
And that's why, as the start of the back 9, especially on a Sunday, this becomes such a pivotal hole to start a run. Big body of sand down the left side that sometimes the longer hitters can get close to with the tee shot, but really it's the second shot. If you can reach this par 5 and 2, it's a very narrow green. The layup, well, it's actually an awkward layup, Rich, because you've got to push that ball to the left side, almost like a zigzag approach.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
Second shot. Out of the sand and back on the fairway.
Yeah, good shot. Just really utilized that little bit between the ears. Realized he couldn't reach the green and instead opted for fairway.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. In the thick stuff.
Thick, it's brutal out there.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That one is in the bunker. He'll need to be strong with this. Frank in a bit of trouble here at the par 5, missing the green on that third shot.
Yeah, just battling to make par. And this is going to be difficult.
Great knees, great hands in this shot.
Yeah, touch. You have to have that feel. You have something between the ball and the club face, so it's a different feel, but you also have to have imagination.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Yeah, that really hurts, Frank, missing the bogey putt.
Yeah, now time to get the handkerchief. Double bogey coming up.
This is a par putt for Hunter Mahan. That's a par. Stays at +2. And he's putting for double bogey now. Finally in for a double bogey. Up to the 12th, Frank, and a good birdie chance here.
Yeah, good old links, short par 4. This green really divides itself into about 3 sections. There's a little piece to the right, piece short left, and the one at back left. So as long as you know where the flag is, just push that ball into the section where it is. You get up there, you're only going to have 10 or 15 feet left for birdie.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. Going to need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Good tee shot right in the short grass. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
That will be a great look at birdie. Now the approach to the 12th. Frank, what's the player looking at?
Well, it's a fun shot here for the second shot, especially if you've driven it down the right side, because then you can see the flag no matter where it is on the green.
That one is well off target. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Three over for the day. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Just a couple of feet. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
One of the great things about this golf course, Frank, a variety of par threes, different yardages. Here at the 13th, 181-yard par three.
Yeah, this is where you have to be careful on the tee there. Anything left's just going to be eaten up by that lake. Matter of fact, if you hit...
Frank, they threw him a life vest. He's back on dry land.
And I hope this time he swings, he doesn't have the water wings on.
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
Well, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot.
Frank, not easy to keep your eye on the target when you've just splashed down.
Yeah, but on the flip side, too, one bad shot doesn't have to lead to two.
Now on to his third shot after the last one went into the wall. Good news is, was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time, though?
Has to regroup, playing his 5th shot after hitting it in the water.
Yeah, it's not all lost. Once again, check the yardage, check the wind, start again.
Well, double par here, time to pick up and move on. Ball sitting down here in the rough, he's digging in. Never a pleasant moment, the drop after you've gone into the water, but here we are. Not what you wanted to hear, but this is the 5th shot after the ball went into the water. Frank, you've just hit one in the water. You don't want to compound the mistake. What's the mindset here?
This one right here, you've got to forget that big blue oasis in front of you.
Number 7, and nothing lucky about this one, Frank, after hitting it in the water.
It really starting to get away from the player right now, and this is, you can just see, starting to implode.
Excellent looking shot here. You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster. Instead, I see a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Blixt now ready for his third shot. Solid play, heart of the green. Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Oh, this is a huge putt. It's in.
Hunter for bogey. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 11th hole seems to have shaken his confidence.
Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Frank, what's the key on this approach here at the 15th?
Well, knowing exactly where that pin placement is, Rich, there's mounding, there's that little gut out of the right side of this green. If you miss your mark here, that ball can easily finish 30 or 40 feet away.
And the ball settles on the green 26 feet away. Frank, once again, precision is so important as we look at this second shot to the 15th.
Yeah, you're looking at the flag here. You're looking at birdie. But if you miss, that big bunker on the left will swallow it up. And there's two little pot bunkers on the right. Tough to get it up and down.
Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
Frank, he might like this one. He might like... Oh, he's going to love it, Frank. Wow, he needed that, Frank, in the worst way.
Interesting to see what's ahead from now, whether that was just a flash in the pan or the start of something good.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Second from an excellent lie.
Common thread here, rough, rough, rough.
Wrong way again.
Rich, do you think we should tell him this fairway out there?
Yeah, he's been in the rough all day long.
Second shot.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Need to do it one at a time, so with that, they're at +4. We'd love to get this one. Big putt for birdie. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Frank, a couple different ways to watch golf as a fan. You could follow your favorite player for a number of holes, or you can park yourself in one spot. I think one of the better ones is the hill behind the 17th at TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah, and that's why the reaction of the fans is so...
Might need some wings just to clear this hazard.
That water is looking rather intimidating.
So hit the previous shot in the water, took a drop. This now the third shot. Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
So drop the shot after ending up in the water on that recent miscue. So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Extra stroke at it after going into the water. Still going, and going the wrong way. This is the fifth shot after that previous one went into the drain. Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City. In the water. Too bad. Well, once you hit double the par, it's time to just pick up and move on. Way off the mark. Misses the green to the right. That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You've hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. That will be a 3 over on the scorecard for this hole. Time to pick up and move on. People always talk about 17 being visually intimidating. Frank, what about 18?
If there's a little bit of wind off the right, the tee shot is so much easier. But if that wind is coming off the water, not only do you see the water and the wooden bulkheads, you see all the rough and the trees on the right. And of course, then you start bringing 5, 6, 7, even 8 into play. That's what makes this tee shot so hard.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway.
This has to go in the hazard.
Needs to get up or it's NASA. We have a splashdown. Now on to his third shot after the last one went into the water.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Well, Frank, you want to finish it off in style. The approach here to the final hole.
You'd take anything that lands in the middle of this green. Mind you, Hal Sutton, be the right club. Hard to forget that. Even Adam Scott, remember his first big championship win all those years ago. 3-iron from the middle of the fairway, wet. Still managed to make 5, which was enough to win. But such a daunting second shot.
Well, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Jonas Blixt for birdie. And at last, he has made a birdie.
And what can he do from here, though? Is that the start of something? It looks like it is.
So a tester from 4 feet. Everything has gone wrong today. Just continues to be ugly. Frank, you don't get it every day. The game is just too hard.
No, you've got to play with it, though. The swings, the turns, you're on a roundabout, and every now and again, things just come out your way.